Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Cik Sok. Me and my team members would like to present our case study, which is case study 1, compound interest, and for case study 2 is annuity.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Iman Syafiqah binti Muhammad Sani.
And my name is Daniel Haris.
The first one is the introductions of compound interest. Compound interest is when you earn interest not only on the original amount of the money you invested, the principal, but also on the interest that has been added over time. This means your money grows faster because each year you earn interest on a larger balance. For example, if you keep your savings in an account, the interest earned each year gets added to your balance, and the next year you earn interest on that new amount. The real power of compound interest is seen over long periods. The longer you keep your money invested, the more it grows, thanks to the compounding effects. This is why starting yearly can significantly increase your total savings. The problem statement 1 of compound interest. Farhana, a 28-year-old entrepreneur, has recently opened a small cafe in Kota Baru and is planning to renovate part of the space to add a dessert counter. She has 58,000 ringgit in hand, which she decides to place into a fixed deposit account at Bank Islam for a duration of 6 years straight. The bank offers her an interest rate of 2.5% compounded every 3 months. Farhana's goals is to use the interest earned from this investment to help fund the cafe's renovations, making the space more appealing and functional for her customers.
So here is objective for compound interest, which is the first one is to determine the accumulated amount at the end of the saving period. For the second is to calculate the total interest received by Farhana. And for the third one is to calculate the account balance at the end of the saving period if 6,800 ringgit was withdrawn on the third year from her initial deposit. For lastly, to calculate the accumulated amount at the end of the saving period if the interest rate was charged to 2.75% compounded semi-annually on the fourth year from her initial deposit.
The result and discussion for case study 1, which is P equals to 58,000 ringgit, K equals to 2.5%, which is 0.025, N equals to 4, which is the quarterly, and T equals to 6 years, I equals to K over N, which is 0.025 over 4, equals to 1 over 116, and the number of interest period equals to M multiplied with T, which is 4 multiplied with 6, equals to 20. Now we transfer all the value that we obtained from the problem statement into the formula. To find S, we use S equals to P in bracket 1 plus I to the power with N, and we get S equals to 67,354 ringgit 94 cents. Objective 2, we find I equals to S minus P, which is I equals to 67,354 ringgit 94 cents minus with 58,000, and we get I equals to 3,054 ringgit 94 cents.
So let's continue with objective 3. To calculate account balance at the end of the saving period if 6,800 ringgit was withdrawn on the third year from her initial deposit. Here is the timeline. So the timeline was started with P1, P2 until S. So for P1 equals to 58,000, and the timeline which is we have T1 from P1 to P2 is 3 years, and for P2 equals to minus 6,800 if she withdrawn the money, and for T2 from P2 until S is 3 years, and we want to find S. So let's continue. K equals to 2.5%, equivalent to 0.025. So M which is frequency, M equals to 4 is quarterly. We want to find I equals to K over M equals to 0.025 divided with 4. We got 1 over 160. So next, we want to find N1. So N1 equals to MT1 equals to 4 multiplied with 3. And the answer is, we got 12. So lastly, for N2 equals to MT2 equals to 4 multiplied with 3. And the answer is 12. Firstly, we want to find S1. Here is the formula for S1. S1 equals to P1 multiply 1 plus I to the power of N1. S1 equals to 58,000 multiply 1 plus 1 over 160 to the power of 12. For the S1, we got 62,502 ringgit 69 cent. Secondly, we want to find P new. P new equals to S1 minus P2. So P new equals to 62,502 ringgit 69 cent minus 6,800 ringgit. So for the P new, we got 55,702 ringgit and 69 cent. So lastly, we want to find S. So S equals to P new multiply with 1 plus I to the power of N2. So S equals to 55,702 ringgit 69 cent multiply with 1 plus 1 over 160 to the power of 12. So the answer for S is S equals to 60,027 ringgit is 3 cent.
Objective 4, to calculate the accumulated amount at the end of the saving period if the interest rate was charged to 2.75% compounded semi-annually on the second year from her initial deposit. For objective 4, in order to find S, we first have to find the amount for the first period, and the formula that will be used is S1 equals to P bracket 1 plus I1 close bracket to the power of N1. So after substituting the information that we found earlier, we were able to find that S1 equals to Rm 60,964 ringgit and 24 cents. So after getting the answer for S1, we can now finally find S, which will be using the formula S equals to S1 bracket 1 plus I2 close bracket to the power of N2. So after substituting the information found earlier, we were able to find that S equals to Rm 67,990 ringgit and 91 cents. For the introduction of annuity, an annuity can be defined as a series of equal payments made at regular intervals over a specified period. These payments can occur monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually and are commonly associated with financial obligations like mortgages, car loans, rent, insurance premiums, and retirement savings. Annuities are essential for financial calculations involving the time value of money, where the timing and amount of each payment are crucial for determining present and future values.
Here is problem statement for annuity case study 2. Afiq, a 30 years old engineer working in Shah Alam, plans to purchase his first home to accommodate his growing family. He has found a double-story terrace house priced at 332,222 ringgit, which he paid a down payment of in a new residential area with a 10% down payment on the property. To finance his dream home, Afiq approaches RHB to apply for a housing loan over a 35 years period. The bank offers him a loan package and interest rate of 4.75% compounded monthly. So here is objective for annuity. The first one, to determine the amount of the monthly payment paid by Afiq. So the second is to calculate the total interest accrued by Afiq. So the thirdly, to calculate the total outstanding balance if Afiq want to settle off the remaining balance after the 360th payment. For the lastly, to determine the outstanding arrears that must be settled on the next payment if Afiq miss 4 consecutive months of payment.
Here are the extracted information for result and discussion. First, we have cost price or CP at Rm 332,222. Then we had down payment or DP, which the down payment was made at 10%. So 10% times CP, and we will get Rm 33,222 and 20 cents. Then the balance, we get B equal to CP minus DP, which amounts to Rm 298,999 and 80 cents, which is denominated by A. So all the other information, we get K equals to 4.75%, which is made to 0.0475 after dividing by 100. M equals to 12, which is monthly. T equals to 35 years. I equals to K over M, which is made to 0.0475 over 12, equaling to 19 over 4,800. And finally, N, which is M times T, is 12 times 35, and we get 420. For the first objective, we will determine the amount of monthly payment made by Afiq. So the formula that we will use is A equals to R times 1 minus bracket 1 plus I close bracket to the power of negative n over I, which after we simplify, we can make the formula to R equals to A times I over 1 minus bracket 1 plus I, close bracket, to the power of negative n. So after substituting all the information, we were able to get that R equals to Rm 1,461 ringgit and 68 cents.
For objective 2, to find the interest, we use I equals to R multiplied with N minus VA, which is I equals to 1,461 ringgit 68 cents multiplied with 420 and minus with 999 ringgit 80 cents, and we get I equals to 314,905 ringgit 80 cents.
Objective 3, to calculate the total outstanding balance if Afiq wants to settle off the remaining balance after the 360-year payment. For the N unpaid equals to N total minus N paid. For the N unpaid equals to 420 minus 360 equals to 60. The formula AN equals to R in bracket 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative N over I. For the A60 equals to 1,461 ringgit 68 cents in bracket 1 minus 1 plus 19 over 4,800 to the power of negative 60 over 19 over 4,800. Answer for A60 equals to 77,927 ringgit 54 cents. Objective 4, to determine the outstanding arrears that must be settled on the next payment if Afiq meets 4 consecutive months of payment. For the N unpaid equals to 4 plus 1 equals to 5. So the formula for Sn equals to R in bracket 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 over I. For the S5 equals to 1,461 ringgit 68 cents in bracket 1 plus 19 over 4,800 to the power of 5 minus 1 over 19 over 4,800. So for the S5 equals to 7,366 ringgit 49 cents.
For conclusion, case study 1 related to compound interest, we were able to conclude that Farhana's case taught us how saving money in a fixed deposit with compound interest can really grow over time. It showed that the longer we save, the more we earn even without doing much. But we also learned that taking money out or changes in interest rate can affect the final amount. For case study 2, which is about annuity, we were able to conclude that Afiq's story helped us understand how loans work, especially for big things like buying a house. We learned how monthly payments are calculated, how interest adds up, and how missing payments can cause problems. So last but not least, for summary and real-life application, this project helped us understand how to manage money better, whether it is saving or handling a loan. What we learn can be used in real life when we plan our finances, buy a house, or save for the future. It's a knowledge that we will carry with us as we grow older.